I think, honestly, we should have American citizens running for these positions. I mean, I don't understand how someone from another country is going to run for one of the most top prestigious positions in all of the United States.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the show. So glad you could be here today. We have a great one planned, and we've got a lot of stuff to go over. We have, of course, the mayor's race in New York and a dire warning on who not to vote for. And pretty sure we all know who that is. We have President Trump telling us exactly how he feels about the ICE raids. And you're probably not going to be too surprised on his answer. But I don't know, maybe you will. And of course, we have EBT drama. Some stores are closing down because they don't want all their products ganked from crazy looters. So we'll get into that and much more. So let's get on with the rest of the show. Let's do it.
A warning to the people of New York from the people of London. Ask yourself, how is it possible that Sadiq Khan, the most hated man in London, who has destroyed the very fabric of our capital city, has seen crime and hate explode, police abdicate their duties to protect, public transport disintegrate, and no-go zones all over London with Sharia courts in every borough? How does he not only get elected as mayor, but gets re-elected? The answer is voter apathy. Ask yourself, why is it only those who seek to change your way of life that are motivated enough to show up at the ballot box? New York has over 5 million registered voters, yet only 1.1 million turn up to vote. This is no time for apathy. The only way New York can save itself from becoming like London and remaining one of the greatest cities in the world is by protecting itself from the curse of Mamdani. The only way to do that is to show up and vote, not as a Democrat, not as a Republican, as a New Yorker.
It's going to be a disaster. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. I think, honestly, we should have American citizens running for these positions. I mean, I don't understand how someone from another country is going to run for one of the most top prestigious positions in all of the United States. It should be a lifelong New Yorker who knows the city of New York. That's my opinion.
And he has said 4 times that he's going to disarm police here in New York City.
Well, come on, but he's going to have his own private security and make sure he's safe, right? But the city of New York is not going to be safe? That doesn't make any sense.
Because will a whistle stop a criminal?
Yeah, right. Social workers too are going to come save the day. No, we need more cops, more people on the streets. People need to feel safe in New York. We're one of the biggest cities in America, so we need more police, not less.
And people from all over the world come to New York because they're fleeing their countries that are being led by socialists, and now he wants to turn socialism here inside New York City.
It's false hope. It's like all this pipe dreams. People don't realize what they're really getting themselves into. It's not going to do anything. It's all a bunch of garbage. He's just talk and talk and talk. That's it.
And speaking of Mamdani, I just found a clip of his typical voter.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up for another amazing bang of my legs blazing dirty ball. Touchdown to Heathrow, DP and me, bro. About to hit the club and turn that shit to a freak show. Look through the peephole, everybody geek, yo. Need to get girl with an extremely deep. See 6 midgets that be fighting, juggling. Maybe you just.
All right, my friends, it is time. We are at that pool of liberal madness, and we're jumping in. We're going to do a belly flop today, so sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone.
I voted for him, and I thought he was going to make things better for folks like us.
Are we supposed to feel bad for her? Didn't we tell her this was going to happen? Didn't we tell all these people this was going to happen? Didn't we present them with facts? Didn't they see an entire 900 plus page plan that is now over 50% done? We showed it to them and they didn't want to believe it. And they voted for it anyway. For whatever reason. Their rampant racism, their xenophobia, for whatever reason they voted for this. And now they want us to feel bad for them. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you might want to give an F because you're making a video in response to something that doesn't exist.
I'm just flabbergasted at this point on how someone claims to be pro-life but absolutely goes against everything to make sure that this life is protected once they are born. If someone's pro-life, they're not going to vote against SNAP benefits to feed kids. If someone's pro-life, they're not going to rip children from families. If someone's pro-life, they're not going to violently detain and hurt the parents of children. At this point, you're not pro-life. You're pro-control for women and turning them into baby factories. That's all you care about. If you were pro-life, you would not be doing the shit that you're doing now. All you are is pro-control.
Wait, there is no way that you think that pro-life is all about control? When pro-choice takes matters into their own hands and they eliminate the choice of the baby to even be born. They don't even get the chance to possibly be hungry because SNAP benefits have been cut or reduced. Look, you guys think on the left that murder is better than hunger. That's sick.
Here's a few reasons why I canceled Spotify, and I think you should too. One, the newest news is they are now running an ICE recruitment ad on Spotify. Two, they've invested over $700 million into AI-powered military tech, okay? They unfairly pay their artists. And they have so many security breaches. So if we're going to be boycotting places like Starbucks, Target, all these places, Spotify absolutely needs to be on the list.
Prove it. I want to see receipts that you actually canceled your Spotify account, because I don't believe you for 1 second.
I'm on food stamps and you're living off your credit cards. Remind me again, which one of us is living off the government's money?
Thought I'd speak on this a little bit since everyone's losing their minds, freaking out over this food stamps crisis, because they've had a program around for decades to solve this issue for everyone. It's called the JOB program. You know, you show up in the evening or the morning, depending on what your program requires, and at the end of the week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, you get a little piece of paper with your name on it, and it has an amount of money on it. Sometimes it covers all the bills, sometimes it doesn't, but you get to go in, put in your fair share, and you get to take home something with your name on it with some money. The JOB program.
The JOB program. You know, that guy might actually be onto something. Here's President Trump from a recent 60 Minutes interview, and he straight up tells the American people exactly how he feels about the ICE raids. Check it out.
More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough. Because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out. You know, you have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, criminals.
Well, you promised in your campaign that you were going to deport the worst of the worst. Violent criminals,
we're doing that.
rapists.
Well, that's what we're
doing. But a lot of the people that your administration has arrested and deported aren't violent criminals. Landscapers, nannies, construction workers,
landscapers
farm
who are criminals.
workers.
Yeah. No, look.
The family of U.S. service members.
I need landscapers and I need farmers more than anybody, okay?
Is it your intent to deport people who do not have a criminal record?
We have to start off with a policy, and the policy has to be you came into the country illegally, you're going to go out. However, you've also seen you're going to go out, we're going to work with you, and you're going to come back into our country legally.
This next guy gives a pretty insightful assessment of SNAP, of who is on it, who should not be on it, and where the program should go, what should be trimmed, because there's a lot. I know, it's pretty interesting. Check it out.
So I'm at home doing work right now, and like you, I'm seeing a lot of conversation online around the SNAP EBT situation, and it's my job to say what we're all thinking, okay? It's come one, come all to the Halloween ball on my page, but we gotta have some hard truths. First off, these liberals might not like President Trump, but he is working right now to get money into the SNAP program for the recipients who need it, like he worked to get the troops paid during this Democrat shutdown, okay? The Democrats are the reason you folks don't have your SNAP or EBT right now. But as our Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, was saying on TV this morning, there are 21 states, 21 Democratic states that are trying to hide the fact that they are giving SNAP benefits to illegals. There are dead people collecting SNAP benefits. There are folks gaming the system, okay? This is the United States of America. There is no reason 42 million people qualify for SNAP benefits. Now, there might be some folks watching this or folks who follow me who receive SNAP, who receive EBT, and I am fine with that as long as you actually need it. If you are starving, if you are elderly, if you are disabled, if you are a veteran, if you're in a really tight spot. But some of these folks I'm seeing online, they seem able-bodied, they seem fit, they seem healthy, except for some who look like they have diabetes, but nonetheless, they could be out there working, okay? Instead, they are filling their shopping carts with Cheetos, Doritos, Fritos, Pepsi, soda, all using SNAP that our tax dollars pay for. If God forbid I lost it all and I was destitute and in a really bad spot, I still would not expect the government to pay for my entire life and to get me back up off my feet, especially the illegals collecting SNAP who ran into the country last year illegally. Now, we all know we have a chronic disease epidemic in this country, but 65% of people on SNAP are considered obese. And when I look at these shopping carts, okay, it's Fruity Pebbles, it's Cheetos, it's a bunch of ultra-processed foods. They're not buying salmon, they're not buying chicken, they're not buying steak, they're buying a bunch of junk. So we're paying for 42 million people to collect these benefits, and then we're gonna pay for them when they're sick and in the hospital and have diabetes and all of these comorbidities because they bought junk with the SNAP money. And look, I know I sound like a bitch right now. There are gonna be people in my comments like, you cracker bitch, shut up, you spoiled privileged person. Look, I get it, but I am just speaking the truth, and I have no problem with some folks being on SNAP, EBT, who are in a hard place. That is not a problem for me, okay? We're the most prosperous nation on earth, but there are folks gaming the system who are able-bodied, and there are folks right now who say they're going out there to steal and they're grabbing food and running out of stores because they're not getting their food stamps. Well, if you guys are so able-bodied to steal, maybe you guys could go get jobs. So I look forward to this administration getting in there in the SNAP program and shrinking the list. Okay, that 42 million needs to go maybe down to 10, 5, 4, those who really need it, those who are in exceedingly bad, tough situations. That's who should be getting these benefits, okay? Not illegals, not folks who are able-bodied driving around in fancy cars with iPhones, not folks out there bragging on social media about their SNAP and EBT, the folks who really need it, folks who served this country. I love this country. It's because I love this country I have to come on camera every single day and speak the truth and say what we're all thinking, because this cannot continue, okay? We cannot have 42 million people collecting money from the government, hundreds of billions of dollars. We are already $38 trillion in debt. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
I find it rather amusing, all the Caucasian people who are celebrating the fact that that they, in their assumption that black people will suffer from the SNAP freeze, and it will be majority black and brown people suffering. That's just another great example of how stupid you mofos are. You don't know nothing about nothing but hatred. You white people receive the majority of SNAP benefits in this country. In addition to that, if you knew the history of this country and any type of history related to black people, you know black people gonna take care of each other. But it's you evil, bloodthirsty, miserable, non-Christian-like mofos who will leave each other to starve. Matter of fact, you will drink each other's blood. You're that thirsty. You're that inhumane. And that's just another reason why I consider you motherfuckers Neanderthals.
Oh, that totally reminds me. I have not drank my neighbor's blood for 2 weeks now. Thanks a lot, lady.
Hey, Radical Left Lunatic here. So I was just at the grocery store with my mom spending $1 million on groceries. And we were checking out, and I was telling my mom how now they added this whole 80-hour per month shit to SNAP and what bullshit it was. And this lady, obvious Trumper, turned around and was like, well, it's my taxpayer dollars. She literally interjected in our conversation. Well, it's my taxpayer dollars. They should, they should work. And I was like, well, some people can't work. And not for nothing, we only pay $36 a year to SNAP.
What did you say?
And she looked at me, her face dropped, and she was like, how much? I was like, 36 per year, and we pay about 600 per year for corporate welfare. She was like, what? These people don't know. They are literally in an echo chamber of right-wing propaganda. I was starting to get hot. I was going to pop off, but, you know, I really think these people, they don't know. So, I don't know. Keep resisting, keep informing, keep going. Love you guys. Peace.
It is astounding the level of arrogance and hoity-toityness of the left. They think they're smarter and way more educated than anybody on the right. Now, I did a little bit of research, and just to see if she was on track or if she was way off the rails, she was way off the rails. She said we pay $36 a year into SNAP, and that is absolutely not correct. Roughly speaking, we pay $60 a month into SNAP, which turns out to be in the neighborhood of $700, $740, something like that per year per person, roughly speaking. Now, we don't pay directly into a SNAP bucket, but our taxes do get funneled into the SNAP program. So she is wrong. We pay $100 billion a year into the SNAP program. And look, there is a lot of fat, pun intended, that needs to be trimmed from that program. There needs to be millions, tens of millions of people that don't need SNAP. They need to be kicked off the program. And we need to take care of the people that actually do need it. So let's get our act together and get this done.
If Donald Trump and the Republican Party don't release those SNAP benefits after that judge ordered them to release those SNAP benefits, what are we going to do about it?
With all the SNAP drama, we have seen a distinct bifurcation, I believe that is the word I want, of the type of shoppers that exist, at least here in America. Let's check that out. Two types of shoppers. Okay, we've got no job. Ugh, wow, okay, that's a lot of food for not working. Okay, well, let's see what the other type of shopper is. Oh, someone that does have a job, and yeah, unfortunately, they don't have money to pay for groceries. So, unfortunately, this is kind of the harsh reality. We have a lot of people that need to be cut from the SNAP program because they're clearly taking advantage of it because they can actually go out and work if they wanted to. So let's take care of the people that need it and get rid of the people that don't. Due to all the videos recently on social media of people screaming about, hey, we're going to start robbing the stores if EBT gets cut. Of course, a lot of these people are already robbing the stores, but apparently it is going to increase like 100-fold. So some stores are like, no, I don't think so. We're going to take measures to really lock things down to make sure it's going to be way more tougher for you to take anything out of the store. This is sad that we've come to this point, but you know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
So the other day.
So y'all really have Food Bazaar up that they really shut it down. They got cops here and escorting people in and out. There's no carts. There's no carts. I think everything is inside, but the store's open. But they got it on lock, y'all. Y'all made it hot. You gotta say that on camera. Y'all was really scared? Y'all was scared. Y'all was scared. Y'all was. What happened here? They was shut down because they thought everybody was gonna loot the supermarket. But they open. You just gotta come inside. And they got the cops outside for the ones who think they're gonna steal.
Legislation says they turned the supermarket into a safe house. Progress. Jeez. Shauna Nana? Go further. If we had a communist government like they're begging for, the doors would be locked with no entry permitted. That is the truth. King Matt says, but socialism. Be wary of what you wish for, my friends, because there might be a day where you actually get it. And that'll be tragic for the whole entire nation.
Okay, quick question. Is it rude to put on your wedding registry when people are RSVPing, have you ever voted for Donald Trump in an election? And if they vote or say yes, they automatically get booted. Like, is that rude? Is that not appropriate?
Yes, that is totally rude and completely inappropriate. Why would you even ask that question? These people.
Just trying to figure out who we actually want at our gay wedding in May.
If I got a wedding invitation from a friend that had that question in it, I would just be sending them money and saying, look, I hope the wedding is fabulous, but I won't be attending. Genuine question, why are almost all woke leftists so ugly? Let's take a look at that, see what they're talking about. Okay. I see exactly what they're talking about.
There's a house near me that I drive past all the time that has like so many Trump signs, so many Trump flags. And it always, I just roll my eyes. I give it the finger, even though nobody's outside. I give it the finger every time I drive by. But today when I drove by, there was a cop, a firefighter, and an ambulance there. And somebody was being put into the back of the ambulance. So today's going to be a good day.
It is quite disturbing that tribalism is beginning to trump human decency. Pun intended. I just heard about this terror attack that was planned to go down on Halloween. Apparently, these two guys, I don't even know their names, and quite frankly, I don't even care. We all know where they're from, and we all know that they hate America. But apparently they were going to go start shooting up gay clubs or something. It would have been a real horrible mess and a great tragedy for sure. But look, these people, they're totally into the global intifada. There are definitely sleeper cells here in America that are going to be activated. We've heard from people in the FBI saying that there is a lot of chatter that these people, these Islamic terrorists, they want to do basically an October 7th type of event here in America. And this might have been one of them. Let's just take a look at these guys because, you know. All right, so here they are. I don't know their names, and quite frankly, I don't care what their names are. It's clear that they're from the Middle East. It's clear from their actions that they don't like America at all. And here's the crazy thing. Their scumbag lawyer said, oh, no, there is no terror plot. They weren't planning an attack. They were just role-playing. They were playing video games, and they were role-playing. That's the chatter that you heard. Yet, these two guys spent an exorbitant amount of time at the shooting range. Why is that? Come on, it's pretty easy to see. These two guys need to be arrested, maybe deported. I don't know. Maybe stay at Guantanamo Bay for the rest of their lives. I'm not sure. But look, it is very clear. Assimilation was never part of their mission. And we need to keep that in mind. My friends, I found a video of the clear evolution of the Karen. This is a Muslim Karen, and more disturbing, it is an awful Muslim Karen, which is an affluent, white female liberal Muslim Karen. The world is not ready for her. So get ready for some bird hands and a voice that will just, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I'm sorry to do it to you, but check it out.
Well, I just saw another insufferable See You Next Tuesday standing next to a mosque in Dearborn, Michigan while the Adhan was playing going, did you hear that? Can you hear that? In America, not everyone wants to hear that. Well, first of all, not everybody wants to hear you, Karen, but here we are. You know, Karen, I live next door to a church. Like, you can see the steeple from my back porch. And those church bells be ding-donging multiple times a day. And you know what I do? Absolutely nothing, because I'm not an insufferable wench who wastes my God-given time hating people who have never done anything to me. But I do find it interesting that it's always people like you, Karen, who are so offended in the name of Christianity and yet seem to be allergic to the verse, love thy neighbor. Maybe your Bible says, film thy neighbor, and try to go viral for bigotry. And on that note, I guess you suck at more things than being Christian, because your video didn't do well either. But nonetheless, I will give you some friendly Muslim advice. Maybe you should stop worrying about who's praying to who and start praying for some self-awareness, because it's not the Adhan that's the problem, Karen.
Kevlar4 says, that's rich. Calling Karen a Karen? Zaid Smith says, even Muslim Karens are insufferable. Living in Minneapolis and listening to the call to prayer 5 times a day is domestic terrorism for all the neighborhoods there. I would totally agree. And hearing some bells, which when I was growing up, there were bell towers in churches. And yeah, you'd hear them. I think it was on the hour, every hour, or maybe it was just at noon. I don't know. But in any case, I liked hearing the bells. It was very nice, very soothing. I don't understand why you'd get angry at the bells or even compare the two, the call to prayer 5 times a day to some bells going off for like 10 seconds. It's not even close. All right, I'm ranting now. Let's go on. Kelly Ann says, who's going to tell her that most Muslim women don't show their face on screen or video? So she's a selective Muslim. Yeah, she's just virtue signaling. I mean, maybe she converted and the posting said that she married a Muslim, but this is virtue signaling. And here we've got a representative of Islam. Let's see what kind of foundation the Islamic religion is built on. Let's check it out. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's to be expected just a little bit. Okay, well, let's see. Now we got, okay, Christianity. Let's see what foundation Christianity is built upon. Oh, okay, yeah, science, history, technology, based on facts and truth. Pretty big difference, if you ask me. This next guy is clearly mentally ill. However, he is sporting some pretty sweet Hoka shoes, I must say. So let's take a look.
We were just talking about it this morning. No! Don't! Bad boy!
Bad boy?
No!
It's time for Dave's Detox. Oh boy, someone's got some ideas. Oh, you got this, buddy. Yay! Oh boy. Hey, what's with the attitude? It's a pretty cockatoo. You don't normally see him black. Does it look kind of evil? Aww. Get some loving.
Too slow.
Aww. He's like, nope. Nice. Oh, now he wants back in. Oh, good deal. All right. Like nothing ever happened. What? I think ferrets are cool.
In your mouth.
What? Aww. What a good little helper. What's up with that guy? Ugh. I don't know what sounds worse. The violin or the donkey?
Why don't you sort the holiday clothes out in the background?
Okay, buddy. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode today, and thank you to all those that subscribed. And if you hit that thumbs up button, thank you very much. Let's get 500. And if you share the episode, that's an extra bonus, so thank you very much. Now, before you take off, there's going to be a video that shows up right about here and right about here, I think, in just a second. So check it out. I think you'll like it. And until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved, and have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.